Hi and welcome to ZoomTV, the show where we
explore everything that drives, flies and floats.
only that man can get away with it. I've tried it. Doesn't look as good. Now, we're coming to you today from Joe Crisafio Kia. We were here a year ago when they opened the doors. It looks fantastic now, Ross.
And it's in a great position. Main road in front, fantastic.
You're catching up with Joe Crisafio later in the show.
I am, and I've just had a look at his brand new car that's just been released, and I tell you what, it is on the money.
Pro CGT, we've been waiting for over 3 months.
It looks good.
Allan Simons has got his hand on the brand new Volkswagen Toureg, and Ross, I hear it's a beast.
It's a good rig.
This car gives us an all-round driving experience.
And Ross, thanks to Sunliner, you get to experience, well, a fantasy of yours, don't you?
I certainly do, and I tell you what, the weather is better today than it was in Melbourne because it was raining and cold. The Holiday Series is one of the most advanced, stylish and easy-to-drive motorhomes on the road.
And Ross, our friends at Asanda sent me to the Mantello Automotive Group.
And you had a laid-back, cruisy day while I was out at the coalface.
Well, it's a sacrifice I had to make, I suppose.
Now, and speaking of Asanda, who's the celebrity hitchhiker today?
Today's celebrity hitchhiker is Kochi, and you will never believe what he drives as a daily drive to work.
I can get some finance advice off him.
I drive a 67 Mustang Fastback. That body shape is a work of art.
Okay, I hope you're ready. Ross, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready for ZoomTV?
No one can do it like that. I love him.
Today, we've made the short trip to one of Perth's northern suburbs to Wangara Volkswagen. And it's here that we're going to be able to take a look at the all-new Volkswagen Toureg. Wangara Volkswagen stock the entire range of new passenger and commercial vehicles and also specialise in servicing genuine Volkswagen parts, fleet vehicles, vehicle finance and insurance. Well, here's the Passat, not today. Tiguan, no. The Golf, a little later. Here it is. This is the all-new 2014 Volkswagen Touareg. And the first thing you notice when you approach this car is that, well, it's a big car, but it has a certain understated elegance. Well, of course it does. It's a Volkswagen. Let's have a closer look. The Volkswagen Touareg is not just another SUV. With the Touareg, we have that classic styling I mentioned earlier, refined power and luxurious interior. This car gives us an all-round driving experience. Packed with all the extras as standard, the VW Toureg is in a class of its own. Now, we already know, because it's a Volkswagen, that it's going to be a good drive. Let's find out exactly how good a drive this Touareg is. What we have here is class. The Volkswagen 4Motion all-wheel drive system is unbeatable. No matter what the terrain, the Touareg will take you up it, over it, or through it smoothly. This car features one of the best back seat benches ever produced, offering 6.3 inches, or just over 16 centimetres of fore-aft travel. Safety is also paramount, with 6 airbags as standard, along with stability control and 4-wheel anti-lock disc brakes. This car is more luxurious than its competitors. It's solid, stable, and certainly a whole lot more comfortable. 5 people can ride in this car in absolute comfort. And because of the high driving position in the front, you can clearly see out ahead. And with the generous cargo space, you can take everything you need away with you when you go on trips. The Touareg used to be a little bit overweight, but now, with the use of advanced materials and techniques, Volkswagen has engineered about 230 kilos out of the vehicle, gaining up to 20% better fuel efficiency. 8-speed automatic transmission and permanent 4-wheel drive are the building blocks in the powertrain department. And this model has our favourite engine, the 6-cylinder, 3-litre turbo diesel, renowned for its torque and efficiency. The Touareg features a platform that was jointly engineered with Audi and Porsche, who use it on their Q7 and Cayenne, giving this car a truly world-class foundation for many thousands of dollars cheaper than those other premium brands. This is a great crossover car. Of course it is. It's a Volkswagen. To find out more, go to wangaravolkswagen.com.au or follow the links from ZoomTV.
I'm here with dealer principal Joe Crisafio. Joe, you've been here for 18 months and what a great position it is.
Oh, it's a fantastic position. We're very, very fortunate to have been able to purchase it 18 months ago. We're very delighted to be here.
And the traffic flow is fantastic.
Traffic, it's great, and we're lucky. A lot of us stops by, and that's the main thing.
Now, you've been with Kia for a number of years, more or less when they started.
Correct. I started with Kia 13 years ago, back in 2000, and Kia originally came into the country in '97, so I've been with them pretty well all throughout the whole journey.
And the quality has just gone through the roof, hasn't it?
It has. It still surprises me, and I still can't get over it. Sometimes I hop in a car and I think, this is a Kia. I have to look at that badge and think, yes, it is a Kia.
Yeah.
They've done really well.
And also, you've won a number of awards as well.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I won 2 awards. I won Platinum Dealer of the Year 2013 and Dealer of the Year 2013, which I was very honoured to win. And they base that basically on your premises, your sales, your CSI, and you know, I've got to be grateful for the great staff I've got here that helped me get those awards.
Well done. Now I'm excited because you're going to show me a car that arrived this morning, and you really haven't seen it either.
No, I haven't driven it. I'm excited. Proceed GT. We've been waiting for it for over 3 months.
It looks good.
Very, very exciting car, and you're going to be the first one to drive it. How lucky are you? Even I haven't driven it.
Fantastic. It does look the business.
It looks great. Let me know what it drives like.
Right.
And don't get any speeding tickets.
Good one. Now stay around because after the break, I'm going to take a trip through the countryside in the stunning Sunliner G52. Well, there is an old story about a race between a tortoise and a hare, and of course we all know the tortoise won. Why is it so? Well, this is my theory. It was a long race, and there were a number of overnight stops. The hare had nowhere to stay, but the tortoise had his house on his back. So, what's that got to do with Australia and today? Well, you can jump in a plane and go to the other side of Australia very quickly. But if you want to get out and smell the roses and see this great countryside of ours, what better way to do it than with a mobile home? Today we're going to be looking at the fantastic Sunliner Holiday G52, and I tell you what, it is a great rig. Now, before we even step inside, we can see the finish and the quality of this product. Opening the door, come in with me and see the rest of the great features. The Holiday series is one of the most advanced, stylish and easy to drive motorhomes on the road. And today I'm focusing on the Holiday G52. The Sunliner Holiday series has a huge range of options and layouts. In fact, they will suit any traveller's needs. Now, you can customise to whatever you want. The number of beds, the number of tables, where you want the fridge, even where you want the shower. Now, the G52, this one looks pretty good to me. The Holiday G52 is available on a Ford, Mercedes, Iveco, or like the one we're on today, the Fiat Ducato with a 4.5-tonne chassis. Now this gives a solid and trustworthy foundation for everything it carries. Well, this is my script, and this has more features than the length of my arm, but let's have a go. Out the front, it's got reversible front seats, a dinette. Up here, a double bed for the kids or guests. Plenty of space under the seats, a full-size fridge, a microwave. Of course, a kitchen sink, an oven, gas stove, and an exhaust fan. Also, plenty of storage area in here. And the big plus is a big, large shower and toilet. Excuse me. Now, if you're like me, the most important part of a holiday is getting a good night's sleep. Now, you think that this just folds down into a bed. Well, that's not correct, because this one has the unique drop-down bed. Now, the mattress is not just cheap foam, it's quality inner sprung. Just another piece of detail that's put into Sunliners. Now, the first thing you notice in the driver's seat is how easy and responsive it is to drive. In fact, it drives like a much smaller vehicle. Our model has LED reading downlights, custom fitted bedspread and pillow set, plus imported timber, and custom upholstery of the very popular modern finish. Most motorhomes are built for functionality, and that can make them look pretty clunky. But Sunliner has been working very hard to create a line of motorhomes that not only have all the interior features you could want, but also make the exterior something appealing to look at. Features such as power and water outlets, reversing camera, gas bottle, awning and cabin entry steps make the G52 the perfect, comfortable, go-anywhere vehicle. Now, if you want to join the ever-expanding group of people getting out and exploring our great country, click on to sunliner.com.au or ZoomTV. Now, seriously, this is the way to get out and see our great country.
After the break, I'm in Melbourne catching up with the Mantello Motor Group. That's next on ZoomTV. Today, thanks to Asanda, we've come all the way to Victoria to meet the family-owned and operated Mantello Auto Group. Now, they're a perfect example of how trust can not only make you successful, but the best in the business. Since 1969, when Gerald Mantello first began selling Holdens, the Mantello Group has been building up a reputation as one of the friendliest and most trustworthy car dealers in Victoria. They've grown from their humble beginnings into a multi-dealer company with a massive range of vehicles and a huge reputation. Over the years, the Mantello Group has grown, that's for sure. They've now got operations in Sunbury, Fawkner and right here in Roxburgh Park. Now, they've always represented Holden, but now Hyundai and Nissan have joined the family, and they're very proud that they offer the same level of customer service they did in the beginning. The Mantello family have moved over 100,000 vehicles in the years since they first started selling Australia's favourite workhorse, the Holden. Now, Greg, 40 years plus in the industry, in the car industry is a long time. You must have a bit of history that I'd love to find out about.
Yes, we do. My father Gerald started off the business in 1976 at our Fawkner site. In 1997 we expanded out to Sunbury where my uncle Mick and cousin Greg are running our Holden site out there. In 2002 we bought our Roxburgh Park site out here, which was just grass in a big area of nothing.
What's your secret?
The secret, I believe, is having good quality staff around. A lot of our staff have been with us for 30 and 40 years. They're part of the family. We empower them to make any decision that they need on a day-to-day basis to make sure the business runs professionally and properly.
Now, Greg, you've touched on the fact there's family here, but there's yards that I've been to and they've got one or two brothers and sisters working there, but there's a lot of your family that work in the company, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah, well, I've got my brother-in-law, two cousins, an uncle, and we're getting on to our third generation where my nephew and niece are starting to work here as well. We all get on really well. We're all got our eyes on the same goal, and we have interesting Christmas dinners and lunches, and it's a real part of our family. It's part of our being as being in the car industry and enjoying it and having the family as part of it.
Live in the automotive industry?
Live in the automotive industry, yes. We've all started out from basically straight out of school.
With 3 locations and 5 rooftops, the Mantello Motor Group is huge. And with that comes the benefit of increased buying power, greater experience, and of course, a bigger range. Not to mention the state-of-the-art service centres with manufacturer-approved parts and procedures. Speaking of which, let's go take a look inside their brand new Nissan Service Centre here at Roxburgh Park. Now, George, you've been part of the Mantello Motor Group since 1982. That's a long time.
It is. I'm not just an employee. They make me feel like I'm part of the family.
Okay, well, they've got you back and you're now heading up their new franchise here at Nissan.
Yes, and very excited to be here, part of Nissan and the new state-of-the-art service centre that we've got here for them.
You know, it's just so refreshing to meet a family-owned and operated automotive dealership that'll work so hard to get your trust and even harder to keep it. To find out more about Mantello's and get access to literally hundreds of cars they have for sale, go to mantellomotorgroup.com.au or follow the links from ZoomTV.
You must be Ross Dunkerton.
I am.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlie.
Oh, good one, mate.
Joe's asked me to introduce you to the Proceed GT personally.
Well, it certainly looks the business. Those wheels and brakes are pretty good, eh?
It's fantastic. It's designed by Peter Schreier, Kia's latest addition,
Right.
and he's made no exception to the style of this vehicle.
Well, it certainly looks good. The front on here looks fantastic, and those nice lines. What about the roof here? It's got a
panoramic glass roof from the front right through to the back. So from inside the cabin, this front half reclines right to the rear. You can open that up or just pull back the blind and let the sunlight in.
What about that? Engine?
1.6 turbo, 150 kilowatts. And that's mated to a 6-speed manual. Right. Again, only manual, because it's a performance-driven car. Right. Gears first, you could say.
Inside?
Inside, you've got your leather and fabric, red stitching throughout, the GT badge on the wheel, climate control, Bluetooth, all your creature comforts, because not only is it performance-based, it also doubles as an excellent daily driver.
Well, the mouth's starting to dribble a bit here. Can I take it for a drive?
I think we can.
Can we? OK. Cheers.
And with the keys with you, in the cabin, foot on the brake, foot on the clutch, push the start, and away you go.
100k max.
We can take it a bit harder than that.
And as we go, one thing, price.
Well, from 33 drive away, you can get into something like this. You can spec that up if you like, but at that price, you're pretty well set.
Wacko team, this is a nice machine. In fact, I'll be back in a couple of weeks to road test this, the Proceed GT. Now stay watching, because after the break, Aaron's going to be talking to this week's celebrity hitchhiker, the financial whiz, Kochi. And I'll tell you what, I'm not done yet. Ho-ho, let's go.
Welcome back to ZoomTV. Now I'm joined by one of my, I suppose, my heroes, a guy that I look up to, literally, especially when we just walked over here, Mr. David Koch. How are you?
Mate, how are you? Good to see you.
Thanks for taking the time out.
Not a problem.
You're over in WA at the telethon.
Yep.
So you're obviously a man that gives his time because you work a lot already.
Yeah, but you know, I have a great job. It's not like a job. I love doing Sunrise and the stuff I do in the media. But it's also, you have a responsibility that you've got to, give back to the community. Telethon's a great way of doing that. I'm also chairman of the Organ and Tissue Authority, which is the organ transplant authority nationally, and of course, Port Adelaide.
President of Port Adelaide,
Yeah.
so, and a full-time job, and a father, and a husband.
Yeah.
So how do you get all that stuff done?
Oh, look, I'm a real process sort of person. Lib and I are empty nesters. We have 4 kids, 4 grandchildren. We're at a different stage of life where we do have the time and the resources to put back into the things we love.
I want to know where it all started.
I was a finance journo and started on the Australian as a cadet. I was an accountant originally, and then got offered a job in the media doing finance reporting. Worked for BRW for a number of years, and then started my own business, publishing business, specialist financial publishing business. And I've always had a business, family business, for 30 years. I've never trusted media for a living. So it's always been my safety net, and still is.
Well, luckily I've got modelling to back me up, Dave. So. Okay. Now, did you think 11 years ago when you got offered the job or you auditioned for the job that it would take this?
No, it was an absolute mistake. It's a classic case of just being in the right place at the right time. My father always had a great saying. He said, have enough confidence to give anything a go, but if it doesn't work out, have enough confidence in yourself to go and do something else. And that really translates into when an opportunity comes up, don't fear it, embrace it, but also don't get stuck in something you don't like. Have that confidence to go and do something else. And I've always lived by that, and the opportunity came up for Sunrise. I was just filling in. They noticed a difference in the ratings and said, could I do it full time?
There you go.
And
people like you.
I just take it year by year.
It's a hair thing, you know that, don't you? Special people are like this. Now it's time for the special questions, the Asanda Fast 5.
Right, yep.
Okay, what is the first car you ever owned?
It was a Volkswagen Beetle.
What is your opinion of the best car ever made?
I drive a 67 Mustang Fastback. That body shape is a work of art.
Okay, well that answers the car you currently drive.
Right, yeah.
So you're two in the one there. What is your opinion of the worst car ever made?
See, I'm old enough to remember the P76.
Everyone says that.
And I reckon that was the ugliest flaming car I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so final question, and I'm itching to hear the answer to this. What's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear is failure. It's one of those blokey things, I think, that it's all about is trying something and failing miserably and how to get out of it.
I'm one of those guys, David, that if I fail really well. I just make it look like it was planned. So, I'd like to thank you very, very much. I'd like to thank you for entertaining my mum every morning. She loves
that's
you
very
and
kind.
my family.
Hello, Mum. Give her a hug for me.
I will. I don't tell her you said that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good on you.
Well, that's it, people. We're done for another week. Thank you very much to this week's Sanda celebrity hitchhiker, Kochie himself. And thank you to this man to my right. You're a legend, sir.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Now, I don't know what you did to Charlie, but he's looking a bit timid in there.
Well, he is only a youngster, you know.
Now, if you want to know more about ZoomTV, go to our website. That address is
ZoomTV.com.au and follow the links.
amazing, man. Now, don't forget about our Zoomaholic competition. If you've got something cool that flies, drives or floats, we want to know about it. Make your video between 1 or 2 minutes long, upload it to YouTube and then email the link to IamAZoomaholic@ZoomTV.com.au. Even he did one. It was pretty sweet, wasn't it?
It was a good one. Slick.
Okay, bye for now. Thanks for watching. And remember, whatever you do that zooms, make sure you do it safe. And how about we safely get out of here, Ross? We're done. And that's a wrap.